I think we just felt like we needed to be reinvigorated through their eyes, and I think that most certainly was the case with last year's exhibition, and certainly I'm sure all of them, but the amount of participation I think was greatly increased because it was so user-friendly, and also too we have cameras that were provided through the Walmart Foundation for the different school districts in the county, which have been a huge help in terms of increasing that participation.
Yeah, I think the words you use of through their own eyes is such an important piece of this, because here's a student, they've got a camera, and thanks to Walmart really and a whole bunch of people, we've got cameras. This is not at taxpayer expense. This is totally paid for, that we've raised the money to make happen.
Absolutely.
And they're taking these cameras and then they're using them to look at something that really is meaningful to them. It might be the Virgin Mary that's at their church. It might be a mural in the neighborhood. It might be their grandfather who has been so inspirational in helping them get through school. It might be their dog. When you get these pictures back, you see things through people's own eyes, students' own eyes, young future leaders, great doctors. They're looking at their future, a woman who's going to be a soccer champion in Mexico, whatever the hopes and dreams of our students are. But I think the part of it that is really inspirational, I think this was your idea, is to expand not just a photo, but let's get them to write about it. Let's get in 100 words, because a lot of times in the student world today, 140 words is kind of, that's the world as they see it. So in 100 words, 140 words, describe what you feel, what you see, and what others should share with you when you look at this photo. How is that part of it? The writing part, and how the teacher gets involved and the parents get involved in the writing part. How are the students feeling about that part of the program?
Well, I think it's a really wonderful program. I mean, especially now with, unfortunately, all the testing that we have on our students. It is an opportunity that's fun, I think, for the students. They get to, one, take a picture, and then, like you mentioned, write about it. And I think that's what really made, I mean, some of the photos we had were, I mean, at first glance, maybe you thought, oh, that's interesting, but some of the things the students had to say really kind of, blew me out of the water. I was really sort of amazed at sort of their take on it, or their personal connection to a person, a place, anything. So that's definitely, it's a wonderful opportunity for teachers to incorporate cross-curricular, bringing English into arts and
writing skills is basic. Core ideas of presenting yourself and how you feel about things. One of the interesting parts of this program is we take to Austin, and it's at the state capitol. So you go to Austin, Texas during session in June, you'll see these photographs in Austin in the Capitol, and people are blown away by the creativity. And I was walking with the senator one day. I said, come on over, let's go look at this stuff. So we go over there, and he's looking at a Virgin Mary, and he was Mexicano himself. He was from Houston. He goes, what is this right here? And it was a little flower in the corner. And while a picture of the Virgin Mary, maybe many of them, and it's inspirational to a lot of people, the flower in the corner was placed there for the mass celebration of her grandmother. And so the writing had to do with her relationship really to her grandmother, and the symbolism was that flower. That's what she wanted to talk about. And so I think when you see the world, we can always look at a photo, but until you have someone talk about that photo from their own perspective, you're really not sharing why it is that it's making that student powerful. And I think that's one of the elements of the new way that we've grown the program and redesigned it. That's really part of the best part of it.
Absolutely. And like we mentioned, it's so teacher friendly as well, which is wonderful. So the teachers can upload the photos online, and also the students can write the essays read online as well. I know there's different, each teacher has a different way of doing it, but.
So let's talk a little bit about the mechanics of it. Now this program is countywide. So even though the great Isleta School District is a sponsor, and of course you are the point person for working a lot of this, the website is online, anyone can get to it. Any school district can participate, any boys club or girls club around the community. And so the idea is that you get a camera, and you get it from the coordinator, which would be the art program, or you could use your own camera if you wanted. Then you take it and you get with your teacher and write the 100 words that really matter the most to you, and then you upload it. Is that how it works?
Easy as that, yes.
What is the website is, how does it look on the internet? If you type in Ganas, can you get there?
It does show up. I think it's www.ganasonline.com.
So what we'll do is, it's right on the screen so everybody can get it and they can write it down and make a note of it. But that's all it is a website where you can upload your photos. And then once the photos are uploaded, what's the deadline for making sure that, okay guys, we've got to get your photos in line because we're going to have the judges start looking at your photos. What is that deadline?
The deadline is April 9th. So all photos need to be placed online by that time.
That is the deadline. So that's right around tax time, guys. Sorry to mention it. We're going to have to get these photos uploaded. So the photo and 100 words online, you'll have your name and your teacher sponsor in there. So it's open from anyone from pre-K all the way to grade 12. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Now, let's talk about once the photo's uploaded. So I'm there and I'm all excited about my daughter, and we're going to upload a photo, and we've taken a picture of her with a soccer goal kick where she sent the ball on a David Beckham curve it like Beckham kick, and it's curved in right in the upper corner, and amazingly we got this photo. Of course it wouldn't be me, it would be someone else. And then we sat down that night and we said, this is so exciting, let's get the 100 words written and uploaded. I had to use my camera because we didn't have a chance to get to the school to get it, so I can do that. And then I've got the 100 words written. She's a student in an El Paso school, private school, public school. Anyone can get into it.
Absolutely.
And so we get up and we upload it, and I think that's pretty easy technology, right? How does that work where you just upload it? Is it user-friendly, the website?
It's very user-friendly. If you just go to the front page of the website, I mean, it's got arrows that are moving toward the direction, kind of toward the link. So I think it's very user-friendly.
So we've got the photo up line, we've got it. Then what happens?
Then the photos are juried by different categories. And then it'll culminate in a huge show at the International Museum of Art on May 5th, which is Cinco de Mayo, where we'll have food and music and a huge celebration for the kids. So the wonderful thing is, too, is all the work is matted, it's ready to go. It's in a very professional setting, which students are always kind of taken aback by when they see their work in a gallery, but it's just a celebration of our kids, a celebration of El Paso.
What was it like? Now, you were there at the first one, and it was at the International Museum of Art, because we're trying to promote our whole region, not just the Ysleta District or El Paso and Ysleta District, but all the districts, and we're inviting folks to come also from our sister city in Juarez. We've made that outreach, and hopefully they'll participate. But you were there at the International Museum of Art. What was it like when all the kids were there showing off their photos?
Oh, it's always great to see kids walking through a gallery and taking pride in their work, and I think everyone just kind of connected with the photos in a different way, and I really think the essay really lent itself to that people could, you know, you really get sort of the inside thoughts of the students and their own words. They're very candid and very honest, and refreshingly so, but I believe that they love their community, and I think their particular eye for their family and for maybe the special things that we see every day, and they just kind of put out there in a different way.
When I was in session, and it was right in the middle of some giant debate, and I was very, very sad I couldn't be there, that opening celebration when we did such a neat thing. But what I got from every parent and from every student was, what an amazing thing to be able to look at what my son or daughter did, and it's right there in a museum, and it's got their writing, and there's hundreds of people coming through, and instead of it being the Mona Lisa or the David or some giant thing that people would go to, the exhibit of Tutankhamun, it is our kids. We're showing off our kids and their great talent and work, and as they walk through, and there's 300 of these amazing exhibitions, the pride that people take in what we have and the talent that we had here, I think was always what stuck with me when we look at the people that are attending and watching what the kids do.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about what then happened. So we've had, I guess, a week in El Paso, International Museum of Art. Please come, mark it on your calendar. This is the week of Cinco de Mayo. We always do it around Cinco de Mayo. It's part of our time in the universe, our day in the sun for our community.